of Khan's house. Looks like a damn mansion.
Well,
It's
uh,
good
That's
to be the
awesome.
king,
real estate was relatively inexpensive in India in the 1930s.
especially if you had British connections, I suppose.
Before the
I gotta
housing
find this
boom.
place on Zillow.
Man,
Hmm.
it's impressive. Where'd you
Uh,
guys find this anyway? Is that a AI thing?
Oh yeah, the images were all made through Dream AI.
Oh, it's,
yeah, which Dream AI has come a long way because if you guys want to see where Dream AI, where I first started using Dream AI, if you go to the RPG content of my on my website, the covers of the monsters we make and the hunt were made with Dream AI.
hmm.
You couldn't get it to make really a cohesive image. I thought the images were suitably creepy enough that that they kind of worked, but Dream AI has come a long ways in terms of being able to make a coherent image. So
I
um,
tried about 10 of them out, or it felt like probably not 10, but maybe 6 or 7. It felt like maybe more, but um, and most of them were hot. They were just hot garbage. Like they could produce something, but good luck getting it to like steering it towards what you want.
hmm,
You have to have like a really loose, um, like framework. GMAI could come pretty close, but it was still really, really hard to, in some cases, to get it to do something that was essential to the image. I would
hmm,
say almost every image got to a point where you could get it like about 70% correct to what you had in your mind, but the software still can't dial it in any more than that.
yeah.
So if you said, curl his mustache or something, like you have very little chance of getting that to work
Yeah,
out the way you want it to.
yeah. No, you'd get a curled mustache coming out of his ear.
Yeah,
S-
something like that. Or if
Yeah.
you say, I want him holding a gun, but I want it to be held loosely, like he's like, and good luck. He'll be holding it like a hammer,
Yeah.
or he'll be like, a third arm will be like sprouting it behind his back. I said nonchalant. So
Yeah,
you do
the
what you do is you make like 100 of them, right? And then you pick one that's like the closest, and then you change your story to fit the image.
uh, yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that was why, ladies and gentlemen, AI still has a long way to go, and hopefully won't actually replace many writers and artists in the near
I
future.
really hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it stays this silly.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I hate to say I don't know. Because I saw a big long post on Threads the other day from an author, quote unquote author, who she trained ChatGPT on about 100 pages of her own writing, then proceeded to use ChatGPT and three other AI programs to write and publish 72 romance novels over the last year.
And she has the gall to think that her writing is what trained it. That's the
Correct.
really fucked up part.
Right. Exactly. But then the other thing is, she went on to brag about how she now makes about $1,000 a month off of these novels. It's like you have 72 published novels. You're bringing $1,000 a month in. I mean, uh, we'll ignore the fact that it's soulless work. I'm sorry, it's soulless work.
Of
You know,
course.
you you're not setting the world on fire with this. So great, you're telling me I just got to publish 900 novels with using your process, and I might actually be able to make a living that I can, afford to not have a day job on. Great, let me get going. I'd rather write 10 novels and fail, frankly, than do that. But anyway,
All
all
right.
right, back to the game.
So we're standing outside the cars, looking at this breathtaking abode.
Yeah, yeah. And there are some people waiting outside for you. Let me make sure I have the right person here. There is let's see here. Darn it. If I hit the right button, there we go. Um, a woman with a couple of children, and as well as uh, there's a handful of other people as well. Uh, I wouldn't use the word servants, but the woman who's standing there with the two children certainly has the bearing of, shall we say, the woman of the house. Um, and yeah, the when you guys get out of the cars, especially when Singh gets out of the car, uh, the children um, the children run up to him, and if I can, sorry, I didn't just realize I didn't have my file open. The the children run up to him and are speaking away at him in probably Punjabi, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and the woman whose picture I've showed you, she kind of urges away. There's several other adults there. She kind of urges them away, speaking to them, and they go heading into the house. Um, and she starts to approach you all with a smile.
So Slim gets out and he's like watching all of the these embraces, and I think he's taken aback. I think he did not expect Singh to have like a large family, and I don't know what he had in mind. I think he's like he can't believe he would leave all of this right to go around the world or whatever. So so Slim comes up behind Singh and he says, "Well, Inspector, you gonna introduce us?"
But of course, of course. Hold on just a minute. Checking something real quick. Yes, so this is Khan's sister, Karan Kaur. She is the Khan's younger sister, and she sort of runs the household, and takes care of everything. And she lives here with her two kids and her husband, who is not. He is around, I'm
Hmm.
sure. And
Why, yes, he is around. In fact, he is right there as well.
ah,
Wow.
Ajit. I wondered if Ajit was around or if he was at work, but
Uh,
he's here.
no, he is there. He's still dressed as if he was at work. He probably recently, based on because it's late afternoon, so he probably just got home. Yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, the what can I say about this? Yeah, so Khan will do the rounds and introduces everyone as Sardar Walter, Sardar Henry, Sardar Valentine. This is, and he presents you to to the family that's
Yeah.
there.
And for the purpose of making this easy, we are going to assume they all speak English. After all, it is a British colony, I guess so, or part of the British Empire. Uh, the Karan Kaur, is it Kaur or is it Kaur? I'm not sure how to pronounce that.
I've heard. I looked up a video. It's called. I can't really do it, but
Okay,
it's like core, core,
okay,
core. Like so, I just say core. It
yeah,
seems to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the I don't have the accent, the phonemes
There you
of
go.
that thing.
Yeah, she greets you all graciously, and her husband Ajit Singh, he shakes hands with you all in kind of in the Western manner, though he kind of seems to stay just slightly behind his wife. Um, the uh, the children are their children are June and Simran, and uh, they they're very they're very excited to see their uncle. Uh, Show a little bit of interest in the three of you, though. But in the end, one of them, uh, Simran, asks, "Uncle, did you bring us anything?"
Oh, children, I'm sorry. I did not. But not all is lost, for my good friend Sada Valentine has remembered you.
Well, I have, and he looks over at Baker and he's like, Baker, you got that present?
Well, it was for the lady of the house, actually.
I
So Henry's got it.
I was referring to
Oh, yeah.
the delicious
Yes, the treats. That you
yes, the
bought.
delicious, their favorite, in fact.
I don't know what you did. Did you put it in a boot?
the treats. He did
you
he
eat 'em?
buy treats? I
Yes,
don't
he
think he
did.
bought. He did. Okay.
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
you bought a bag of shufta.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I ate that.
No.
I
Well,
get
let's
the
say
impression
you
you ate all
probably
of it.
have
I
half a
think you
bag.
ate
You
some of it.
probably have half a bag of
Yeah,
shufta.
yeah. I've got half a bag of sugar, and he's like, "Oh,
and
oh,
in
yeah."
a face full of sugar.
He's like, and he like pulls the bag out, and he's like, "Yeah, I pleased to meet you. I'm Valentine. Friends call me Slim, and your uncle here, he's a good friend of mine, and I brought you these." And he gives him a bag of shufta,
And
and
Khan
he
will
like wipes
say,
his mouth.
there's stuff in their face on Slim's shufta. Khan will say, and children, you'll be interested to know that Slim is from America. Indeed, he is a cowboy.
The little boy kind of stops. He looks up at Slim and awe, and kind of with this awestruck face, and says, a cowboy? Like a real cowboy?"
Well, partner, I don't mean to brag. And he like stands up full height, and he like rolls his shoulders back, and he says, "I am. I'm." I'm trying to think of a good saying here, and he says, "Well, you know what they say: you can't get lard without boiling the hog. You get me?"
Authentic cowboy jargon.
I think Arjun's the boy, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Arjun. It is pronounced Arjun. I think so. Arjun Arjun nods enthusiastic and says yes, and she kind of elbows him in the ribs a little bit and goes, you don't know what he's talking about, or you don't know what he means. I do too.
And
Children, no one knows what he means.
Slim turns to he shakes the hand of and he greets the uncle and the Singh's sister, and he says, "Sir, ma'am, it's a fine house. Singh here, he could sit on a fence and the birds would feed him. That lucky he is."
Would you like a tour of the house?
Well, before that, Henry steps up to the woman of the house and says, "Thank you so much for your hospitality. We all appreciate a place of comfort in for what is for us a foreign land. Please accept this gift on all of our behalves." And he gives her the box with the fine tea selection.
Nice. For a
She
second there, I thought you were going to give her like one of the cursed relics from Nepal. Here's this beautiful ancient book.
display it proudly. It will bring you
Display
luck.
proudly in your
Oh,
family room.
That's
Don't
right.
read it though.
I won't say
Never
what
read it.
kind of luck it brings you, but it'll bring you luck. She takes the tea. Oh, what is this? And she takes the tea and she takes a look at it and she smells it. She says, "This is wonderful. Thank you so much."
And
And
before she says something again, I respectfully interrupt and I said, Madam, we also have a canine companion who is currently in the vehicle. Is that something that is permissible to accompany us?
absolutely, I would you ask that you perhaps not bring her to the dinner table.
Of course, of course. So I open up the door, let Luca out, who will
Um,
probably then run up to the kids and try to lick them.
that's right, no doubt. Um, she she turns to her husband and says, "Ajit, would you please take our guests to the guest house and let them settle in before Khan takes them on a tour of the house?" And he kind of nods, "Yes, dear."
Yeah.
Here in the chat is a link to the movie that Khan took his niece and nephew to go see a year ago that they haven't been able to stop talking about.
I gotta see this.
It's the whole movie.
It's the whole movie. Can you believe it?
Oh shit.
1923. That's who they think you are, Slim. They think you're one of those guys.
Oh, if you think I'm not playing that up,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, covered wagon. Oh yeah.
So the
it's Singh's daughter that's at the police station, right? Did she come with?
yes, she did in fact.
And the big guy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when he gets out of the car, the whole thing squeals as it lifts up off the ground.
Okay.
Apologies for my shit map.
Oh, hey, this is far and above anything I tend to make. My maps are awful. That's why I
don't know
love the
about that.
Alien RPG map creator because, it's made to look low tech like Alien, which is perfect for my phenomenal map making skills. So you guys are basically right here. Over here, if you see me pinging the map that's showing,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
is the carriage house or the garage, as we might know it. This is the main house, and this is the guest house over here to the side. And as the cars get parked into the carriage house, Ajit Singh is leading you over to that. The large blue and green is obviously the beautiful gardens, which give you an image there.
That's unbelievable. Wow.
And these gardens, they take up a good amount of the space within the wall around Khan's home, his estate here, and they're absolutely beautiful, as you can obviously see. The guest house is small but comfortable. I mean, compared to military barracks, perhaps it's probably downright plush. Um, but Ajit leads you there and opens it up, and there's accommodations for you all, for you to drop all your stuff and what have you.
All right. So while we're dropping stuff off, Slim, he are they like separate rooms? Do you think, or
Yeah.
you think it's one? Okay. So he goes to Henry's door, and he's like, "Baker, Baker, now what was that all about back there? Squeezing my neck like I'm out of control.
Uh, you you seemed a bit out of control. You were inserting your foot into your mouth, and I just thought it would be best if maybe for a moment you stopped talking before you made the situation extremely awkward.
Well, you could have been a little bit gentler. God damn. And he like rubs his neck and he says, I apologize for not being citified, friend. This is all just new to me.
I was just trying to be subtle.
All right. Subtle, he says. And he nods. And, well, I get it. Am I, speaking of citified, is this appropriate for this kind of village? And he like looks down at his clothes. I don't know how to dress myself.
Well, I'm a bit out of my element as well, Slim. So we'll just have to make the best we can. I'm sure our hosts are kind enough that they wouldn't say anything one way or the other. I guess we could ask Khan for some insights into how we should dress for dinner. I
That
think
is
right
true.
now they know we've been on the road, so I think our attire for now is fine. But I'm assuming that in a place like this, you would dress for dinner more appropriately for dinner. But
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. If they want a cowboy, I'll give them a cowboy. And he puts a cigarette in his mouth. And he like strolls off in like a saunter.
Henry looks out the door to this building. He's looking back the way we came, and did Lieutenant Colonel Smythe come with us? I mean, he's not after. He doesn't need a place to stay. He's just coming for tea, right? Is he back at the back where the cars pulled up?
Did we lose
Did
somebody?
we lose Marty?
Hachi?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I imagine he's back at the main house. Perhaps went inside with
Alright.
with Anjali and everybody else.
So I'm assuming that it's Khan's house and he doesn't need to show us to this place. So Khan and Anjali and the folks went in the house?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Henry drops off his stuff and basically he's going to wait for Walter, and Slim already walked out, but he wants to gather together so we're all ready, and then we can walk back to the house with our young tour guide.
By the way, I'm starting to realize something about Slim.
What's that?
Well, unless I'm mistaken, in Lord of the Rings, Legolas had like a never-ending quiver. Like he had a magic item; he could not run out of arrows. I feel like Slim's the same way with cigarettes. I don't think I think he's incapable of running out of
Hilarious.
cigarettes. Because I've never seen you buy a pack of cigarettes, and yet you always have them.
It's the same cigarettes from Vienna.
Yeah,
It's a huge pack.
30 cartons in the
700 of them in the
That's
water.
right. You didn't know that's what's really in the bag.
Yeah.
Cigarettes.
Duty free.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh, sorry. All right.
Gotta be cheap.
So as Arjun is leaning us back, Henry lets Slim and Walter know that he kind of saw something in Lieutenant Colonel's eyes that looks a little off. He's not sure what the guy's agenda is. I'm telling you guys, I saw it. I saw something. I'm going to keep an eye on him, but we need to be sensitive to the fact that he's a longtime acquaintance, maybe even friend of Khan. So,
Are you
uh,
referring to something that happened last session?
yes,
Are you?
Um, I, I think there may have been a little misunderstanding.
Yeah.
Um, the guy you saw was a beggar.
no, that's not me. Mm-mm. And when he was when he was talking to the when he was talking to the lieutenant colonel, got a fleeting feeling about the guy.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think that
Wasn't it
was
Walter who saw the beggar?
No, that was you.
That
it
was
was your
me.
character.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And
you're right. Well, I remember the beggar. Yeah. So I
yeah,
remember that.
I described the beggar. You locked eyes with him for a
Right.
moment, and there was something there that I think the way I described it, there was something there that only someone like you would recognize.
Correct. All
And
right.
then he disappeared. He left.
So anyway, I'll relay. I thought I relayed that, but I'll relay that again to him. That it seems that something's a little bit off, and at this point, I don't trust anyone at the moment except us.
Oh, come on now. They ain't so bad.
Now, we do always have to be careful, but this is under the purview of Khan's discretion. I do believe we should trust
All right. So
him.
I
But,
apologize if I wrote down my notes wrong.
so it was a beggar, right?
Well, I remember the I
Correct.
remember the beggar, and I got that weird feeling from the beggar.
Yeah, there was like a crowd of beggars
Yep.
against the wall of the
And there
police
Yeah.
was
HQ.
one that when
I
you
don't
were
remember this one.
Yeah.
It is so Singh is probably not in the guest
He's
house.
not with us. We're
Yeah.
walking back to the house.
Right.
All right. Well, so
But remember,
Slim's,
children have ears too.
he's like, now what the hell's wrong with you two? We got this nice house. We're looking at a nice meal with some very nice folk. You two are ridiculously suspicious. I, for one, am having a good time.
And I wish you a good time there, Slim.
says the, ridiculously suspicious says the guy who almost got eaten by a hot chick in a yellow dress.
Yeah.
Okay, Slim, I'll have it your way, but I'll just say that being a suspicious type has kept me alive so far.
Well, that's fair. It's your job, I suppose. You know.
I don't know if you truly understand what my job is or has been.
Huh.
Let's
You know,
let's go eat.
So,
that's fair.
real quick question, Sharif. Looking at the first floor house map, the dashed line separating the formal dining room from the veranda, is that supposed to indicate like a large sliding door or something along those lines?
It's like French doors, double doors
That's
that
what I
can be
thought. Okay.
opened and moved off to the side. So mostly it's kept open.
All right. That's what I thought. I just wanted to be sure that was the intention.
In inclement weather, monsoon, and so you can close it completely. But for most daily, it's just open. So there's like little, I guess you could think of them as like floor to ceiling arches, like or
Yeah.
openings, and the doors are just folded up so that it just passes through open, so you can walk from the formal dining room. The long dining table is open to the air, in other words, and so there's a veranda, which is the second floor has a balcony that goes all the way around the property.
Mm-hmm.
So the roof of the veranda is the balcony from the second floor as
Right.
it goes all the way around. I didn't do a second floor map,
That's
my
fine.
apologies, but it's
No.
like a square that goes around the balcony.
I got you.
And so where it goes over, it's covered, right? So you can like eat outside or indoors, whatever you want. And then that butts up against a stonework terrace, which goes partly into the water of the water gardens.
Gotcha. Yep.
So it's not obvious when you're looking at the map, but
No,
the
that's
gray
fine.
parts are open to the outside more or less.
Perfect. Um, so as you are approaching the house, the front doors are open, and uh, Lieutenant Colonel. It's such a Lieutenant
My
Colonel Archibald uh, Hargreaves Smythe. Archibald Hargreaves Smythe. God, that's a mouthful. It's fantastic, but it's a mouthful.
They call
Uh,
him Ash.
they call yeah Ash to his friends.
Yeah. Oh
Um,
God, another ash.
he he
He's gonna start spitting up milk soon.
oh boy. Either that or he bolts a chainsaw onto his arm. One of the two.
Oh shit!
He appears and he is balancing some cocktails, um, and as you're approaching, he starts with a grand smile starts handing them off to Slim, Walter, and Baker. Obviously, the three of you being the non-drinkers in the he shouts over his shoulder, Con, I'm sure you won't mind if I leave you out of the festivities here. He says as he's handing over the alcohol to you guys,
Let me
keeping
lighten
one
your
for
load here,
himself, of
friend.
course.
And he takes one off the tray.
The as you guys step into the home, you come into this area marked Grand Entry, and there's stairs that lead down and as well as up. There's open archways to the left and right. Peering through the archway to the right is a formal dining room. To the left is a sitting room, very, really very European, very reminiscent of London's East End. You've got the house is really very interesting because it's an eclectic combination of what you've seen from Indian architecture and furnishings, but also very very Western, very England. The So Khan wants to take you guys on a. Where do you want to start, Khan? If you're going to take them on a tour. Nice. Um, Real quick, because you did that, Henry, I'd like you to make a stealth roll. Um, I think it would be agility stealth, and you have an urban stealth focus, don't you?
I do.
All right, you can apply that.
So agility.
Amazing.
I was talking to you earlier, Marty. I did the stupid mute thing again.
Oh, it's okay, no problem. We'll let Baker make his roll, and then
I just didn't want you to think I was blowing you off.
oh no, I didn't think that at all. All right, very good. So yeah, no one really notices or pays attention. Of course, Henry's a sneaky guy, so very good. Uh, all right, Khan. Where do you want to lead your friends on your?
Oh yes, I'd be delighted. Kai Khan takes you into the sitting room, and there's nothing too particular. Everything is sort of a blend of Indian and English influences. There's like fancy, embroidered Indian type pillows and rugs and wall hangings and things intermixed with like, walnut parketing and, you know, like chairs that look like they're like Edwardian style. Um, when you get to the bureau, you see Khan shows you around. This is kind of like his office. And there's a desk and a library. Most of what you might have expected as like occult stuff is on the down low. It's not like displayed, but you'll notice a few of the text are rather esoteric in nature. He has on one wall, there's a display from his past. There's two beat up tribal Martini Henry rifles crossed over to what looks like Afghan curved sabers. And below them, there's a bunch of pictures. And so, in one of the little side tables, Ash, it's kind of like Ash's side table. He keeps like a collection of liquors in there, and he has the key. And he seems very enthusiastic about serving you drinks. Um, shall I continue, or shall I?
No, no,
So
that's
so
fine. Go ahead.
Slim is like meandering through, almost a little slack jawed at all the artifacts, and he's just kind of he's got that inner adventurer to him of like being fascinated with all this stuff that he considers totally exotic and outside of his anything that he's even like read about, and he's eager to like kind of go through and poke at things and ask you questions about what things are and where they come from, and I think he would spend a lot of time doing that.
Well, anything you want to know, Sardar Valentine? You do notice that there's 5 pictures there. Let's see. One is a sepia tone picture. Should I describe them, or Marty? I don't want to step on.
No. You're fine. Let's.
I don't know how to do this.
Um, and do you? Where are the? Hold on, I've got to find this in the file. Do.
Last page.
Thank you.
hmm I'm like your squire.
Yeah, that's right.
Master.
Um, the 5 photographs that are there. There is well, I mean, I guess it's really a question of what you guys are all doing and looking at. The uh, so yeah, I mean that's up to you guys.
Well, Slim would make his way around the perimeter. I don't know. I imagine Pilecki's more of a book guy, but Slim is interested in all these little statues, and he's interested in the swords and the guns. And I do think it does take him to, the pictures underneath. Slim, he plays the clown, but he's not. He's not. I don't know.
Well,
He's not completely dumb.
make
He's not going to say anything until he sees what the pictures are.
No, that's fair. Go ahead and make an inside observation with sight as a focus if you have it.
Okay. All right.
Oh shit! Hold on. All right, 1 success, perfect. Give me 1 second, guys.
Sure.
I meant to plug it in last night and I forgot. My cordless mouse just bit the dust. Poor planning on my part. Fortunately, I have a backup. Uno momento. But the one thing you notice is that one thing you definitely notice is that the rifles and the sabers, these are not just display pieces. They're well kept and serviceable. Certainly functional. Wow. As you're looking around, the series of pictures is there's a sepia toned photograph that it was taken outside a dusty stone fort. Khan is in the picture, and so is Ash, Lieutenant Colonel Archibald Hargreaves Smythe. I feel a need to say his name the whole time. I don't know why. They're
Sure,
younger.
It's the cravat. It's the swagger stick in the cravat.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
don't see that. You just have to say the full name.
That's
Sorry,
right.
can't help it.
I'm sorry, they're younger. They're much younger, probably 15 years younger, maybe.
Wow.
Ash has a cocky grin, and his uniform is stained with blood and soot. Khan is not only younger, but is in fact clean shaven. Um,
Wow.
uh, in the background, there are sandbags and a bullet-riddled flag over the fort, and the photo's got a faint crease down the center of it, and it's the edges are very worn. Um, the second photo is of Khan, also in parade uniform. Uh, in and standing in front of him is, or before him is, Halvadar Singh, who's also in parade uniform. Uh, he's holding Anjali up. You assume it's Anjali, very young Anjali, Khan's daughter. By the waist, she's pinning a badge on her father's chest. Um, everyone seems to be smiling or laughing or in good spirits. Even Halvadar Singh seems to be smiling, which might be a shock. Um, there's a photo that looks like it was taking place inside of maybe a field hospital. Um, a woman in the picture is she's got her sleeves rolled up. I actually have a picture of that woman. Um, has her sleeves rolled up. She's tending to a wounded soldier. The wounded soldier is clearly your friend Khan, very young, shirtless and stitched up on the shoulder, and he's grinning. Ash is off to the side with his arms crossed, and then you get just a hint of Singh in the corner of the picture, asleep on a cot. Um, uh, the woman in that picture, there's another picture that has her and Khan. A little bit, a few years later, it's a color photo. Looks like colorized by hand, and the picture looks like it's in the garden behind, behind to the side of Khan's house, the water garden. Um, Khan has they're kind of leaning into each other. Khan's got his arm around her. And there are gardening tools, baskets of jasmine flowers around them. And the last photo is it looks like it's of the whole family. Havadar Singh's there. Karan and her husband Ajit Khan's there, and so is Anjali and an elderly couple. Karan is pregnant. Anjali is a little younger than she is now. She's wearing, graduation regalia, and she's holding a certificate that reads Oxford University. They're standing in the picture. They're standing outside the entrance to the Bodleian Library.
Wow.
Um,
So,
the elder and I'll just, based on your observation, I said there's an elderly couple in the picture. You recognize the man. His name, you recognize him from Vienna. Herr Seidler. He was the head of the occult book club in Vienna.
oh wow,
Nice callback.
very cool.
Yeah, no kidding.
So like Slim's poking through. I think he was like asking questions, and when he gets to the photos, he's kind of he's been kind of chattering away, and then this realization comes over him as like he sees sort of the sequence of this woman in Singh's life, and he like shuts up, and he like looks at the photo and he looks at Singh, and I don't know what Singh is doing in this moment as like Slim is browsing photos. You might be muted, buddy.
Well, Singh is just letting everybody look for themselves, and
Gotcha.
Mr. Repartee Ash, I'm sure, is
Oh.
got his 2 cents, but he'll answer whatever questions you have, or if you want.
Gotcha. Well, Slim does not poke and prod. He does not ask about who he presumes to be Singh's wife.
Oh, okay. So if you're like
Yeah.
asking about the woman in the picture,
He's not. He
Oh.
he might ask about the war and the fort and all that, but then as the realization sets in that he could be looking at pictures of your wife, I think he kind of shuts up.
well, Khan will speak to that. He'll say, yes, this picture. He holds up the picture of the field hospital. This was the day I met my wife. He says, for me, it was love at first sight. For her, I'm not so sure. And he laughs. But for whatever reason, she allowed me to see her again, and eventually we fell in love.
I think Ash would quip something to the effect of, Khan went out of his way to get wounded as many times as he could.
I cannot deny it.
Whereabouts was this?
This was in the Kashmiri Valley, where the mighty Ash was a regimental commander. We fought many tribal warlords with our Waziri allies. And then he picks up the photo with the crease in it. Uh, this was taken in the Tochi Valley, inside Ash's fort, and he hands you the picture.
So he looks at it and he says, I ain't never known there was a war up there. I don't know anything about it, but
for many years, it was quite savage.
Yeah, and he says, that's impressive. And he puts it down. He's like, listen, you mentioned your wife before. She's very pretty. And he puts the picture back down on the mantle or whatever. He says, what was her name?
My wife's name was Sanvi. She was a civilian doctor. Brilliant, really. Respected by both the British and the local peoples. 18 years ago, she died while returning from a charitable clinic outside of Srinagar. We found her car off the roadway, still running, headlights on, but she was gone. And search was undertaken, and she was found several hours later lying in a shallow stream. The doctors said that she had died suddenly, but I didn't believe them. I still don't believe them. There were no signs of struggle or injury, and no signs of drowning. Her medical satchel was untouched. Her eyes were open. No, I've always known that there was something more to her death. I suspect it was a reprisal for an operation I had led 2 years earlier, in which a high priest of a Thuggee cult was killed. Well, in the interest of full disclosure, I was the one who killed him. In any case, I thought it was over. I dismantled their cult. I found children being held in the cellars, which I released. I burned their books and their paraphernalia. I thought it was over. And 2 years later, they took Sanvi from me. Of course, I couldn't prove it. I investigated it for many years. I've simply had to let it go. Such is life. And he puts the picture down.
I think Slim is, this is one of those rare moments where he shuts his fucking mouth. And he's like looking at Singh, and he feels something there. And he says, I'm as dumb as dirt, friend. And I play the clown, but I ain't know what to say to that.
I take no offense, Slim. This is simply the story of our time, of our life. I have accepted that she's gone, but don't let this be throw a pall over our festivities today.
But Henry steps up and says that This is a sad story. I'm honored that you shared with us. It's cowardly men that get to us through the people that we love.
Indeed, well said, Henry, and I'm honored to have you as my guest in my home.
Ash
Well,
speaks up and says,
yeah.
"Then let us forget the sad past and let us talk about glorious times. For as we over dinner, I'll tell you of the time that I played chess with a Waziri warlord for the fate of his pet tiger, and I won. Brilliant player, savage temper. Took three
Tigers.
months to trap. It took 3 moves to trap his queen. One wink to win over his daughter. We don't speak of the tiger."
Oh, Ash.
So Slim can't resist that. He say what, friend? And he like he wanders off with his gin and tonic or whatever, and he's asking him all about all his adventures.
Um, all right.
So
Yeah.
Walter has thoughts about this, but he's not speaking out about them. But he he's got this little bit of a talent about looking at historical events in his warped little brain, and I think he's set his sights on trying to figure out who might have done this to Khan's wife. Um, so. He's not going to say anything to Khan at the moment, but he would like to surreptitiously pay attention if there are any personal artifacts from his wife, or if the vehicle might have still be on the
Wow.
estate or anything like that.
Hmm.
He may be crossing a boundary here, but he is got this seed in his head now that he wants to provide his good friend with the retribution he deserves.
Okay. All right.
Probably not in this scenario, though.
We shall see. Um. Uh. Khan, do you when you continue the tour, do you take the guys through the kitchen?
Sure, I mean, it's probably really busy.
Yeah. That was my kind of my thought process. There are definitely people milling about in there preparing all sorts of dishes. I think you probably open the door and let them peer in. I don't know that you would lead the whole entourage through. It is by far the most Indian room of the whole house, at least based on what the four of you know of Indian culture. It the the influences of European or London or culture are simply gone in that inside the kitchen as people move around preparing dishes. The formal dining room, on the other hand, uh, let's see here. Do I have? Gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know that I have a description of the formal dining room. But
I don't
really,
believe
it's
I wrote one actually.
what's
It's
that?
most Yeah, I don't believe I
No,
wrote
that's
one.
okay. But really, it's the veranda and the terrace into the water gardens that steal the show, right?
Yeah, kind of the house is built to uh what's the word, like showcase the water gardens. You can see it from like almost the whole east side of the house, like except for the little wall of the kitchen. It's open
Sure.
to this water garden.
So, which of course you guys have seen the picture, so you see the beauty of the place, and you even see the exact spot where that picture was taken of Khan and his wife. And as you're going through and kind of end your tour here, uh, Lieutenant Colonel Archibald Hargreaves Smythe is is so
Gotta
thrilled.
say the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta see the whole thing. To have an open ear from Slim, and he seems to transition into Khan, my good friend Khan. He he was such a serious man about his work, especially when he was promoted to Inspector General. Well, you saw the picture, Anjali pinning his badge on his chest of his new rank. This one time, he interrogated a man using only tea. Can you imagine? He didn't threaten. He didn't shout. He just poured cup after cup of scalding chai until the suspect confessed everything, especially where he'd hid his mother-in-law's jewelry. I still don't know if it was the heat or the hospitality that broke the poor man.
Well, I come to know him pretty well. He is impressive, I'll give him that. Learned a lot from the old guy, although I'm not sure I'd admit it. Tell you what, though, it's more me that keeps him out of trouble these days.
Love that. Hilarious.
Ash's eyebrows kind of pop up a little bit and says, "You'll have to tell me more about that."
Well, let me tell you about the time and then he like trails off into some stupid story.
um, uh, Anjali appears and she has a woman with her. Uh, she she says, "Father, we have we have a special guest that's come for dinner and to enjoy the festival with us, and I just showed you guys a picture of this very very old Indian woman, and she introduces her as Devi Maladi."
Hmm.
Um, and as she's starting to make introductions, um, Walter, this this world is the world is kind of starting to shift and spin, and all the colors are kind of blending into gray, and your sound is muting. You feel like you're just losing touch with things, and before you know it, you're you feel like you're sinking, and you look down and you're suddenly standing in the waters of the garden themselves, and you're sinking down into these waters, and as you continue to drop, something disturbs the water of the garden, and these black tentacles, like that of an octopus, but they're large, seem to come out and start to wrap around you, pulling you deeper in. You want to scream, but an ebon hand uh, goes over your mouth and holds it tightly so that no sound escapes, and you don't
Wow.
understand why no one sees this or is helping you or anything, and you can't breathe and you can't scream. Um, and then,
You have a pick, by the way.
oh, I do have a pick. You're right. What did I do with it? Oh shoot, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Well, there's a picture. Excellent.
Shoot, did I not upload it? Oh crap! Hold on. I'll find it.
Oh,
Uno momento, por favor. But as oh shoot, well that's a problem. Hold on. Um, there we
So
go.
they're yeah, just upload. Never mind.
What's wrong?
Uh, nothing. I was gonna role play with the lieutenant colonel while we. Uh,
Do it. Do it.
how close are we to? Uh, oops.
You see that?
Oh yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
that's fun.
Wow.
That's fun.
Holy shit.
That's perfect. That's fun.
Fun.
At the last moment before this black hand clamped over your mouth starts to pull you under, something or someone grips your hand, and it's a sudden calming presence, and you're back standing on the on solid ground on the stonework. Not
But
no,
outside of the house now.
yeah, you guys were outside of the
Oh,
house
we were
by the
outside. Okay.
gardens, but you're no longer actually standing in the waters of the garden. You're being pulled under. You're standing with everybody else, admiring the gardens and shaking hands with this elderly woman that Anjali introduced as Devi Maladi, or as she's known warmly by many people, the Lotus Wife.
So wait, I when I shook her hands, that's what happened.
Yeah, well, you were no, you just had this vision, and you were sinking down into the water, and then someone grabbed your hand, and that broke you out of it, and you're standing there
Okay, but
shaking
it
her hand.
wasn't that vision didn't come when I shook her hand,
No,
or
no, 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 no.
she just said she was in the area
Right,
and being introduced, and all of a sudden I had this vision.
correct, and it was her hand that brought a sense of calm and clarity and seemed to pull you back.
Oof.
Yeah, that's how I read it. Okay.
Okay. Um, what can I take my internal temperature of the state of my emotions right now? Am I where am I at? Because I still got mental scars and
Oh, you tell me.
okay.
Oh, by the way, do me one favor. Do me one favor. Make an insight observation roll. And I don't know if there's a. I don't think there's really a focus that applies, unfortunately. So just make an insight observation roll for me.
okay.
You notice as she took your hand in greeting and then pulled away, you notice that her hand was actually wet.
Oof.
Um, yeah. So, uh,
Okay.
but yeah,
Well,
how's Walter feeling about all this?
Walter, since he still has two unresolved mental injuries from the last encounter, and I can't imagine that that tactile vision was pleasant. Um, he's going to try to hold himself together, and but he's going to put his hand on Khan and whisper into his ear, "My good friend, I need to retire to the room for a moment, but please, there's something out of the ordinary that I need to speak with you about as soon as you have the chance." And then I look up and I very politely excuse myself to the room, indicating that I must have caught a stomach bug in the travels, and I'll return as soon as I can.
Okay.
You're saying this to sing, or
I whispered to Singh
okay?
about the that he should come and check on me, but to everyone else I just tummy ache. I need to.
Before you depart, she puts her hand on your arm and leans in and whispers into your ear in English, very accented, but English.
Mm,
Um, she says, "I am worried for you, young man. Before the sun departs, You must venture with me into the forest, to the ancient shrine. We must confront the evil within you.
And she says this. She whispers this to me.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, I just respond with yes, ma'am, and I move to try to figure out what all this means. Fast
Khan will,
forward, hopefully.
if he sees that Walter is under distress, he will say, "My friend, I'm sorry to see you uh, so so disturbed. But the Lotus wife can be trusted. She is a friend of my wife's from the old times, a talented midwife, mostly known as a spiritual healer. I sincerely believe she can help you."
Understood, my friend. Understood. Please come see me when you have a chance.
Of course.
So I think this whole time, I think Ash is completely unaware of any of all that. He's so much caught into swapping stories with Slim. Um, he's going on about uh, when Khan accidentally arrested a British major. Routine sweep for black market opium, you see. Khan storms into a tent, cuffs the man inside, only to discover it's Major Pembroke, pants down, applying a mustard poultice to a rash. Khan didn't blink. He booked the man for indecency and poor hygiene.
Khan is telling the other guests about how the water gardens are known. They have like a more ancient name. People call them the Gardens of the Moon
Yes.
because, and it was his wife's, one of the reasons his wife wanted to create their home here is because when the moon rises, these spring beds, these water gardens are schist like uh, karstic springs that have come up through mica and crystalline rock, and the water's super clear, and the spring beds are basically like reflective and metallic, and have a lot of like mica flakes, and so the light reflects back, and the whole place like glows and lights up. And she planted all kinds of flowers to go with that at night. So for best viewing, the garden is designed to be viewed at night. So her Khan's sister often uses the gardens as a set piece for the dinners that she holds in the house.
And you all might just get a chance to see it if you survive that long. Oh, sorry.
If you survive the biryani and delicious hot flatbreads and
Oh yeah,
roasted meat, and oh, so good.
yeah. I think we're going to. I think we're probably going to hand wave forward a little bit.
Well, Henry,
Go ahead.
Henry, Henry looks at Slim and then looks at Khan and says, "My dear Khan, can you tell us what the appropriate dress for dinner is?"
Oh, you're all very, very appropriately dressed. This is quite informal, even though uh, Arat has gone full bore into a formal meal. I expect you to be comfortable, friends. Be at home here. I will, of course, be wearing my Class Bs.
That is casual.
But to which Ash answers, and I believe we need more gin and tonic.
Right on cue.
Well said,
Gonna
friend.
turn.
All right, before we move into the dinner, Walter went back to the room, and what's Walter doing? Or he's waiting on Khan to arrive? Is that...
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do with all this. Yeah, I'm a bit befuddled. The only thing I can think of is I do have a talent for bizarre insight.
You do.
Generates one threat. Give me information. Trying to think of how this might apply. I think. I think the. I think what would be reasonable and probably hopefully informative is. So I had this either hallucination or a projection. It seems more like I was projected into this vision, and then she pulled me out of the pond. But then she had a wet hand, so that was more. That really wasn't a hallucination, I don't think. Can I use my bizarre insight to use the knowledge of the occult I have to figure out the nature of the threat that's here? She clearly said that I have to go into the forest with her to, is this threat internal, external,
No, it's
natural?
it. You're beginning to. You're
Sorry.
be, no, it's okay. You're beginning to think that you're you're somewhat, shall we say, your interest, which then turned into maybe a somewhat unnatural obsession with the King of Yellow,
Uh-huh.
and the various occult things that you've encountered so far, which is quite a bit, including your trip to the Dreamlands. You're beginning to feel as if you've brought something back.
Wow.
Okay. So it's yeah. Okay. Good. My intuition is that my um, yeah, not just intuition, but the knowledge and intuition that I have is that, yeah, we brought something back either from the Dreamlands or from all the occult shenanigans I've been pulling.
Yeah.
Um, okay, that makes a lot of sense then. Okay, yeah, I'll splash water on my face, clean myself up, and pet Luca, give her a little bit of rations, and then make my way back to the group.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very good. Um, so the the there's places set in the dining room for everybody. Um, the let's see here. Ashes, of course, making sure that those who like to indulge have no shortage of continued spirits coming their way. Um, there, there's as dishes start to come out. There's and it's getting close to sunset. The sun is heading towards the horizon. There are fruit drinks, festive fruit drinks made from mango and coconut, and something called, God, I hope I pronounced this right. Something called lychee or lychee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what that is.
Lychee, I believe. Yeah.
Lychee. Okay. Um, uh, I.
It's a
It's like a
tasty fruit.
grape-like fruit. Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's got like a hard peel, but inside it's like a little bit soft and like watery.
Sorry, my basic white guy was coming out on that one a little bit. Actually, tell you what, before we launch into this, it's 11:42 my time. Why don't we take a quick few minutes to break,
Sounds good.
hit the head, and we'll be right back.
Sounds good. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah.
All right.
I'm back.
I'm here. I had to step away for a minute. Did I suddenly cause a break?
Yeah, well, not exactly. But we were at a good spot to take a quick break, so about
All
to
right, I'm back.
run into the dining room.
So I had to bop away to the front door. What was the final outcome of Walter's introspection?
I'm back.
He's realized that he's brought something back from the Dreamlands.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you imagine for a second what that would actually be like?
Oh God.
There's some things that are hard to imagine, like Nvidia hitting 4 trillion in value.
Yeah, I definitely can't imagine that. Those numbers are too vague to conceive.
Man,
I can't easily conceive of like a million is too much, really. I read somewhere an interesting thing about how people really don't understand the difference between a million and like a trillion.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And how like if you like I got to look up my math here because I don't remember, but a million seconds, right, is 11 days, 11 and a half days if you had a million seconds.
Right.
But a trillion seconds is 31,000 years.
Right.
That's how much more a trillion is than a million. And a billion, which people would think isn't that much more than a million. If 11 days is a million seconds, a billion
about 30
seconds
years.
is 31 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
So when somebody becomes a billionaire, this is why I have like an ethical issue with billionaires. It's just ridiculous how much more money that is than a person needs. They go from 11 days to 31 years of time. So imagine a fortune of several hundred billion, how much money you have over over a millionaire. It's ridiculous.
There was a science fiction story that was actually based on that concept. I can't remember what it was now, but it was based on the concept that the only real currency was time.
Well, there's been several of those. On a Pale Horse started out that way.
Here's Anthony. I remember
Yeah.
that book. That was a
At,
good book.
at the very beginning, people had time. They had like a watch that had their time in it, and they bartered and worked for time and bartered for time. And when your time hit zero, no matter what your actual age was, when your time hit zero,
You were done.
you died.
Doesn't he shoot death in the face?
Yeah, and he
And
becomes
become
death.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
going to commit suicide, and death comes for him, and he sees him at the corner of his eye in the last second, and he shoots it in the face, and then becomes the new
I
incarnation.
like those books, except by the end it was getting a little.
Well, Piers Anthony was a weird dude. I mean, he may not have been in real life. I don't know anything about him, but his books were definitely pretty
Yeah.
weird.
Damn.
So there was a novel and a movie. Maybe this is what I'm thinking of. I don't think I've ever seen the movie, but I might have read the novel called In Time.
Yeah, I saw it. That had Timberlake in it.
Yeah, Justin Timberlake, where people age normally until age 25. Then they stop aging at 25 and they have 1 year to live. And people barter and trade and stuff for more time. So the rich can live almost indefinitely by buying time from the poor, basically.
Or doing deals for it, or
Right. Yeah,
yeah.
et cetera, et cetera.
Um,
I've never seen the movie, but I feel like I've read the novel.
my thing about wealth is that there's a difference between found wealth and earned wealth. And I don't begrudge anyone who legitimately, through ethical practices, creates such large wealth. And I don't have a problem with that. And I don't begrudge anybody who works hard and um, or is smarter or is somehow better at something to obtain wealth. Unfortunately, in our society, some of the way people acquire wealth is twisted, just plain twisted. Um, but
Well, and well, and our the way our society values certain things is twisted as well. For example, you're earning wealth via merit. I mean, that's the whole concept that professional athletes are based on. Yeah, if you're better than other people at baseball or basketball or whatever, you will get paid more. If you're better at it and perform better, you have more natural talent, you work harder to achieve a higher level of skill, you're paid more. I mean, that I get it, but is there any professional athlete that's worth the amount of money that a lot of these guys are getting paid now? Not really, but we keep consuming it, so I guess by definition they are. I don't
oh well,
know,
we could
Well,
talk for years
capitalism
on
has
that.
its own logic. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily in line with what's best for people. It's its own logic. Profit, scarcity, demand, like it's its own.
well, and the key to understanding that also is to realize that we're not truly in a capitalist system. So, um, but anyway, the philosophy of economics is a debate for another time, I think.
All right,
Because right
so
now we have a wonderful dinner to attend.
um,
Is Jim back?
I am
Oh, okay.
okay, good. So we're here.
carefully listening to the debate about capitalism.
11 and a half
I
days.
Hen- Henry, before dinner begins, Henry uh, takes Khan aside a bit and to the side and says in low tones that Khan, I must apologize. I have eyed your good friend,
I
Lieutenant
thought you were going
Colonel.
to say daughter. Whew. I've eyed your
Slim, maybe, but not
daughter.
Henry. Slim might say that, but not Henry. I've eyed your good friend, Lieutenant Colonel Smythe, a bit with the stink eye. I think that I was thrown off by the episode with the beggar. I think, I have a sensitivity. I feel like things may not be right and we're being watched. And meanwhile, then shortly thereafter, he irritated me by essentially inviting himself to your home. I had no idea how close that you were, and I sincerely apologize if, in any way, I have treated him negatively or inappropriately in your home.
Not at all, my friend. There's nothing to forgive. You and I have seen many strange things. It's always best to be on our guard. I often feel like I'm being watched.
But I
My daughter
suppose,
says I'm paranoid. I don't know if that's true. We've seen too many things.
yes, it's, I didn't understand the full relationship at the time. It just seemed interesting to me that having declined his invitation for drinks, he then basically invited himself to your soiree, and I I thought that was odd, but I'm sure I was just being overly sensitive because of the earlier episode in the street.
Ash can sometimes seem to be a bit cavalier, but I assure you he is a good person. You will see for yourself, Henry.
Well, how about if we sit down and have a fine meal?
Excellent suggestion.
Uh, uh,
He claps Henry on the back.
and
Have you had biryani, my friend?
No. My cuisine is experiences have been limited to basic American fare and not a small amount of German.
Well, then allow my sister to expand your horizons.
And I found the Italian food when we were in Rome to be very good. So
That was true.
let's see if your sister can top those experiences. I look forward.
Khan will leave out any mention of the hired cooks that she has
of
that
course.
she has summoned to
Yeah.
make herself look good.
Details.
Amazing.
As you return to the table, you hear Ash telling Slim, "I once rode a runaway elephant straight through a wedding procession. Came out with a wife and a concussion. Only one of them lasted the week. I'll let you guess which."
So Slim's like guffawing through a full mouth, and he's like, "Well, when am I going to see one of them elephants?"
Sorry, not in the scenario.
Uh,
Maybe he saw one in Jammu, though.
um,
I don't know.
I don't know. If
I don't
they're
know.
this
Do
far
they have
north.
elephants this far north? I really wonder about that.
I don't
Maybe
know.
they don't. I don't know anything about it.
That's an interesting question.
I mean, they were all over the place, so I'm sure they can do just fine.
No, there are no living elements in Kashmir
Ah,
There's
okay.
no elephants in Kashmir, but
Today.
today, right?
yeah, but Hannibal could ride one over the Alps, or not the Alps, but the
Yeah.
Yeah, over the Alps. Yeah.
over the Alps. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it seems interesting, but I guess they died like crazy doing that. So
A master plan. They'll never expect it.
and they didn't.
And we'll never get there, but that's not the point.
I have that tattooed on my arm. Either I'll find a way or make one.
Um, so the sorry, that'd be a bit. Try that again. Um, a series of courses and dishes, come from the kitchen. Fragrant rice dishes on heaping platters, resplendent with golden saffron, garlic, ginger. Lamb and chicken served in zesty stews called curries that burn the lips but command another bite somehow. Dripping skewers of seasoned beef over fresh loaves of steaming flatbreads. Uh, Vegetarian dishes abound: cauliflower, peas, spinach, potatoes, lentils. Some are spiced and roasted, others in succulent gravies with butter or cheese curds. Yeah, it's quite an amazing fare.
Wow. Slim absolutely gorges himself. I don't think he's used to this kind of, festivity. So
Henry's
Probably
amazed.
watching him eat out of curiosity.
Yeah, Henry is staring. Henry's watching this guy. Slim is an apropos nickname, but he's watching this guy pound away all this food. He doesn't know where he's putting it all.
Khan is loving it, by the way, and he keeps like feeding choice morsels of various things to Slim, almost like out of a scientific curiosity. To see if Slim can take another bite or just kind of like tap out.
I bet Khan's sister looks proud.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
this is like the skinny guy in the hot dog eating contest where, it's just never ending.
Yeah, during while you were eating and while Ash is telling stories and there uh, some um, some performers arrive. There is a uh, a, a Bansuri player. Bansuri, did I pronounce that right? A Bansuri player. You remember seeing them out on the road earlier, but he's followed with a 10-year-old boy. And he the 10-year-old boy is the boy is showcasing his monkey, who he is obviously trained to do somersaults and other tricks. Before he can make the monkey do something, though, he holds out a hand and asks for a treat. The monkey only does tricks for treats.
Is he asking one of us specifically?
Yeah, I think I think I think I mispronounced this. Karan.
Yeah, I was thinking Karen,
Yeah,
but like the Indian Karen.
yeah, the Indian Karen.
That's why she's named that. I thought it'd be easier to remember too if you thought Karen.
I think Karen probably she pulls
Karan, I think it is.
Karan.
Sure.
Yeah,
I'm not
Karan.
sure.
That makes more sense.
I'm not
Karan
sure.
would pull a dish of some dessert and offer him something, and of course he would hold it out to maybe some shufta, I don't know, and the monkey would do a somersault or some other trick, and of course Arjun and Simran think it's great, and they applaud every time he does something. Um, Meanwhile, the amateur musician is absolutely horrible, even by Indian standards. But after all, that's not what it's about, is it?
We'll clap. Khan will clap politely for the terrible Bansuri player. Good job, neighbor.
Yeah.
Um,
And poor Lucas, she can't do somersaults, but she has other tricks that she can do.
that's very true. That's very
Khan
true.
will secretly drop her a little skewer of.
Oh, she can't be at dinner. She's in the room.
That's right. That's
No,
right.
no, we can't do that.
Oh, okay.
Khan will insist.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Lucas part of the team.
All right.
She can't sit at the table, but
She especially likes
she can
vindaloo.
partake of the feast. Yeah, vindaloo, why not? Little tomatoes, tomato base,
I'm
peppers.
just curious how the German Shepherd gets along with the monkey.
Yeah. Oh,
And now for
Lucas
Lucas' trick, gulp.
Yeah.
Monkey disappeared. Yay! Great trick, Luca.
Actually, I expect Luca is very well behaved. It's the monkey that probably taunts Luca,
Probably.
pulls her ears and
Tries to ride her.
grabs her tail and stuff. Would you like to pet my monkey?
Oh, God. Sprockets. Oh, my God.
Pet
That's
Yeah.
him.
an old
Love him.
Um, the uh, Anjali, while all this is going on, I see Slim I see Slim with sitting there at the table with a mouthful of food as he digs in for a helping of something else, and Anjali kind of says across to him, across the table, so what is Slim's real name? I even forget.
Valentine.
Valentine.
Valentine. What's his last name? Or is that
Hughes.
his last name?
Hughes.
Valentine Hughes. Thank you. So she kind of shoots across the table at him. So, Mr. Hughes, um, where where did you study?
Well, and he sits back, and I think his uniform is like stretching, and he says, "Study. Well, I finished the 7th grade At which point I was helping around the ranch, I suppose. Uh, my daddy, fortunately, didn't come home from the war, so I had to drive the cattle. We didn't have much, but Mama taught me a thing or two. Of course, out there in the Desplabado, you're, you know, pretty far from the nearest school.
Oh, I forgot you are a real life cowboy after all. So you don't have a degree.
Well, just a degree from the School of Hard Knocks, miss. He leans and grabs his gin and tonic, and he sips and he says, "I yeah, unfortunately, I may not be as academic as my compatriots here, but I have other skills."
The 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 Lotus wife kind of jumps into the conversation for a moment, and it looks right at Slim
Yeah.
and says, "You seek a queen. Your heart is good, warrior, but your blood is marked. Love won't cleanse it." And then she just goes back to probably sifting through some curry or something along those lines.
Well, wait a second, miss. What do you mean by that? I'm not poetical.
Political.
I don't even think she has a response to that.
So Slim looks around and like urging someone to, well, he thinks maybe he's being teased or something,
Yeah,
and
right.
he's like, well, you know, I ain't dumb if that's what you mean.
Um, I think Anjali raises
Mhm.
an eyebrow and says, "I don't think anyone was questioning your intelligence." And she kind of gives a little bit of a smirk, and she looks back down in her food. Halvadar sings off to the side with his arms crossed, and he gets a little bit of a smile for a moment.
Well, okay, I just misunderstood. uh, where is it that you went to school?
She said, "Well, I went to Oxford,
Oxford.
studied law. I
Is that like the shoe?
Slim, you're killing it, son. You're killing it.
she I think she gives a soft sigh and and uh, wow, you killed the GM on that one. um, she gives a soft sigh and says, um, "No, I don't think so. Well, perhaps
Oh,
um, so you must be very skilled indeed to uh, for my father to address you by such an honorific as Sarder."
well, actually, I was going to ask you about that. What does that mean exactly,
It's like, sir,
sir?
it's an
Ain't
honorific.
nobody called me sir before, and I'm a sergeant. Uh, and he says, I'm honored by that. Uh, your pop and I, we've grown mighty close. He's a good man. I learned quite a bit from him.
Headmaster, it means in Persian.
Interesting. She says, "Well, that's that's good. It's difficult sometimes having a father that disappears for months at a time on that, and I know he's in dangerous places doing dangerous things. It's important that I know he has the best people around him."
Well, listen, miss, I know a little bit about that. And listen, I ain't much for the books, but I guarantee you that I am the quickest draw in the West. And your daddy will come back if I have anything to say about it. And he slaps Sing on the back.
Slink's tea goes flying everywhere. What's this? What's this?
um, the 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 Lotus wife looks at you and says, "He still visits your dreams, doesn't he?"
She looks at me and says this,
Yeah.
and he like looks at her quizzically, and he looks at Sing and he says, Inspector, I don't quite get her meaning."
The boy who died in your place.
Oh,
Khan looks very serious, kind of sad. The trials of war are sometimes best left forgotten.
does Slim have any idea what she's talking about? I mean, out of character.
Oh, I don't know. I'll let you
Okay.
figure that one out.
All right. Yeah, he's. I don't know. I think he's just confused. I actually don't recall what she's referring to. So
No, it's fine. Yeah, it's something you can work into later in life if you like.
Yeah.
She
Slim was in the war, right?
oh wait, he wasn't in World War
no, I was.
he?
No, I
You-
would have
you were-
been
you
because
too
he's
young.
like, yeah, I'm too young.
You lost your dad in the war.
That's right.
Figure for something in your backstory later in life. Let you
Well,
work
he
that
was part of a bank
out.
robbery
He
crew.
was part of a bank robbery. That's right.
So
Oh boy,
yeah.
All right, food for thought.
Yeah.
the Lotus wife sees all.
Oh shit! All right, so I think that would maybe bother him, and he's like, "Well, I don't quite get your meaning," and he like loosens his collar a little bit, and then he's like, Ash, can I get another one of these?" And he rattles the ice in his glass.
Yeah. I'm sure Ash is happy
That's so good.
to oblige. All the while telling a fantastic story about Havildar Singh. Um, the uh, the old woman, she looks outside and she sees that the sun is really starting to disappear into the horizon. Um, she stands up and she looks over at Walter and says, "There's something behind your eyes that doesn't blink when you do. We don't have much time."
So Walter, this whole time he's not drinking alcohol. He is attempting to eat some of the food, but he's used to pierogi and cabbage rolls and some American food. But yeah, he's having difficulty with the spices, so he's being polite. But internally, he's like wondering, what this woman keeps spewing things, and she's like, is all this stuff a secret, or is everybody in on this, in his own head? And since she just decided to declare this at the table, he asks, he goes, "Madam, may we discuss things with candor at this table? I mean, are there any kids at the table?"
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So no, we
there's
can't.
Arjun and Simran.
How old are they?
10.
10?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll revise that. Ma'am, I don't believe we can discuss with candor at this table, but should we retire to the study and review some of the observations you have made?
you must come with me into the forest. We must go to the temple of Shiva.
So
Time grows
I
short.
I look at Khan with my eyebrow raised, looking for some guidance here.
Khan just nods somberly, like the Lotus wife sees all.
Oh, okay, so I guess the kids are in on it too. So,
The kids? I'm sorry, I'm confused. I'm sorry if I misunderstood.
well, so there's kids at the table, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like, the Lotus wife is, making these bizarre comments now out in the open, not whispering them to us, right? And so
Well, do
I'm
they notice, or are they just doing kid
I
stuff?
think they're mostly doing kid stuff.
mostly doing kid stuff. Okay.
Because there's like 12 people seated around this
Right.
table.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so this is kind of everybody's kind of chatting
Yeah,
with
it's
themselves, and we just
exactly.
happen to be okay. So
I'm
I
hitting the
will.
highlights.
I
Henry
got it.
notices.
Henry notices. I got it. I got it.
Henry watches.
In my mind, I
everyone.
imagine like a very busy back and forth, people talking left and right.
Absolutely, because
And then there's performers too, right? Like people are coming in.
correct. I mean, the boy and the monkey with the bansuri player, just left, and there's a there's a couple of where are they? Hold on, I'm sorry. There's okay, so Crom, let me tell you, I love this, but there's a lot of moving pieces. um, there's a lot going on. But yeah, there's throughout and maybe I didn't paint the picture well enough. And that's on me. There's the four of you. There's Karan, Karan, and her husband Ajit. You've got the lieutenant colonel. You've got Halvadar Singh is there. You've got Khan's daughter Anjali is there. Then you got the two kids. So yeah, I mean and then you've got the Lotus wife. So yeah, so yeah, this is kind of a large dinner, and like you said, there's conversations going back and forth. I'm just kind of hitting the highlights, is what it amounts to.
Servers.
Yeah, exactly, coming in and out. So
Yeah, okay. So when that's going, and assuming that we're close enough to the Lotus wife where I don't have to scream across the table
sure.
during this, I'll lean in towards her, and madam, I understand you have some insights that I also share. However, we have been through some difficult trials in the last weeks, and what you're proposing seems like it may have attached to it a difficult task. I fully trust my compatriots here and Brother Khan, but I desperately need to know what your cryptic declarations mean probably before I can follow you into a forest.
She says, I only wish to help. I only wish to help and to prevent whatever it is you've brought from entering our world.
So you also sense that something has been brought here outside of this plane.
You have seen it, have you not?
I've seen glimpses. I cannot trust my mind in its current state. We have witnessed many bizarre events and have performed many deeds that are questionable, and I am beginning to wonder what is real and what is not.
As you're talking, a couple of musicians come in, and one is playing a dulcimer while the other is, kind of drumming a rhythm on some small clay pots. Playing playing a song that you guys, I guess, probably wouldn't know this, but it's a kind of a traditional song for the Saffron Festival. She looks out at the dropping sun, and there's a little bit of anxiousness about her as she says, we are running out of time if we're to trap it.
Then let's make haste.
She looks at you, Khan, and says, The Lotus wife thanks you for your hospitality as always.
Sorry, Khan nods. Of course, Devi Melati. You are always welcome here.
She starts to turn away, and then she stops and she kind of turns back to you and says, "The blood in your veins is not just yours. It remembers things you've chosen to forget. The past does not knock, Khan Sahib, for it has the key." And then she turns and she starts to leave the dining room.
Khan's mouth is hanging open.
Well,
Wow.
I will excuse myself from the table, and I got to go see about a monster.
Does that mean you're taking a leak?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Gotta go see about
No,
a
he
monster,
excuses
man.
himself from the table very politely, and gentlemen, I will hope to see you shortly.
Now, does have the rest of us caught this conversation? I mean, with the music and the monkey and all this, or is this kind of a private corner of the table?
I leave it up to you guys to make that decision.
I think I would have made sure Khan knew what was going on. That's why I was looking at him, so at least him.
Well, Henry, no one's noticed because Henry likes to fade into the background whenever possible. Henry's been sitting, you know, sampling food. He hasn't drunk any alcohol, and he's talked to almost no one. He's been sitting, watching, and listening to the entire table the whole time. So, Walter, when she walks off and you get up to walk away, um, Henry's going to try and um, he's going to try and slip away and follow Walter.
Alrighty then.
Do we have momentum?
2.
So
That's it.
Yep.
Luca rolled a couple, didn't she?
Is this a better scene together as a team, or can I let him have his spotlight? I mean, how do you want Slim to engage with this scene? What's easiest for everybody?
well, I think you're playing Slim. You have to decide.
All right.
But
Um,
but but
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying is that
No, you do have
well,
4.
we have 4, so I want to I want to take a quick look at what might help my role. 'Cause I'm trying to play to Henry's strength. Henry's strength is to be a ghost when he wants to be. So he's trying to do that. Let's see.
No, that makes sense. I wouldn't mind some Overwatch.
I think Slim is going to hang back at the party. And I think while you guys are slipping off, he's like sidled up to the big guy. What is it, Mamadar?
Halvadar Singh.
Halvadar Singh. He's sidled up to Halvadar, and you hear, Panzer, I hardly know her. and, and he's like laughing.
So are you using your hog the spotlight talent or not?
I mean,
right,
I
anyway,
think that's actually going to be an attack.
So for my agility roll, Mr. GM, I'm thinking that perfect timing, because it's a stealth keyword, would apply here. So I
Yeah.
get a bonus D20,
Yeah.
and then if I want, I don't know what I'm assuming with all these people here, the difficulty level of getting away unnoticed is more than 1 or not.
Yeah, I'm gonna have. I would say it's gonna be a 2 difficulty. To be
Right.
sure.
So if I get 1 die with my talent and then I use momentum, is it 1 or 2 momentum for another die?
It'll be 2 momentum for the next die.
Okay, so I use 2 momentum for the next die. So let me Do agility. Dice will be 4. Relevant skill will be stealth. Focus applies. Difficulty is 2.
Oh my god. That's I don't even understand.
So basically, Henry just disappears.
Yeah.
No one notices he's not there.
Amazing.
Not for a while.
Meanwhile, Slim, I just have to do this. Would you please make a willpower persuasion test?
Yeah, sure thing.
Call it
Yeah.
call it difficulty 2.
Still, that was funny. Panzer.
Uh, difficulty 2. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Halvadar Singh just glares at you with his arms crossed, disapprovingly.
He
Oh,
thinks you're crude.
I am crude.
What was the story you said that Ash was telling about Havildar Singh earlier?
Oh yeah. The most famous bet in the history of the Indian Army, made and won by none other than our very own Halvadar Singh. No, this is true. A junior officer bet the Halvadar that he couldn't go a whole week without speaking. Singh agreed. Didn't say a word all week, just stared. The fact he never started speaking again is really just out of bad sportsmanship, if you ask me.
That's awesome.
Love these tall tales.
So yeah, Henry, you melt away. Um,
I'm watching over Walter from a distance.
okay. Uh, the Lotus wife, Devi Malati is she is leading Walter into the nearby forest away from town.
Okay.
Did I bring? Was I able to bring Luca with, or is she
Yeah,
just
that's
wanted me,
fine.
right?
Yeah, I'll let you bring
Okay.
Luca. That's no
Okay.
problem at all.
And so we're walking through the forest. What's? I mean,
What's
what kind of?
real
Yeah.
quick? What's everybody's time check?
Um,
I'm
I'm
good.
good for another like 20 minutes or so.
Okay, all right. So yeah, she's leading you off into the forest. Um, the the sun is setting. And Henry, as you're getting ready to, I don't know if you're planning on following them.
I am following. I'm
Okay.
following from a distance, and I know he's got Lucas, so I'm trying to stay. Um, I'm trying to stay downwind from them,
Okay.
so Luca can't smell me.
All right. Um,
Although at this point, I'd be surprised if Luca growled or even reacted to me, since
oh yeah,
No, I
you've
don't
been
think she
I'm a
together
would.
so
known
long.
entity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
she wouldn't because that's part of the
Um,
deal. You lurking around, so she would know.
a car arrives at the house. And because you rolled so well on your stealth, I'm willing to let you just stay unhidden if you like. But a car arrives at the house, pulls in through the wall. There's a man driving it in a police uniform. He has a crisp white turban and a silver beard. But he pulls in through the wall and parks right in front of the house and gets out of the car and starts walking in. So that's up to you, Henry, what direction you want to go at that point, or if you want to keep following Walter.
Hmm.
Or...
I'm gonna keep following Walter. It may be an improper assumption, but I'm assuming that as the Inspector General, this guy's coming to talk to Singh.
Yeah. Um. So the the main courses of the dinner are winding down, and this man in a police sergeant's uniform, staff sergeant's uniform, comes walking into the dining room, and he salutes at. He comes to a stop and salutes crisply at Khan.
Khan returns the salute.
Um,
Sergeant. Havildar.
that's right. He says, Inspector General, we we have a problem on the concourse downtown in Srinagar. Some pro independence protesters have gathered on the concourse during the festivities. The situation is growing tense. Ash immediately stands from his seat and says, "Seeing you have only just returned home, let me go handle this situation."
Sergeant, you said that this is separatists, protesters, independence.
Yes, pro independence protesters.
Very well, Ash. I appreciate your offer, but I think in this case, an Indian face would be better suited to the task. I shall go, and Khan will stand from the table.
All right.
I guess please continue to enjoy yourselves. Havildar and I will attend to this, and we'll be back as soon as we can.
Yeah, Lieutenant Colonel Archibald Hargreaves Smythe. Looks like he's about to argue with you for a moment, and then, of course, he realizes there's no point in arguing with the great Khan Amir Singh once he has made up his mind. He says, "Very well. Return quickly, my friend." And he sits down and starts to regale the table with a tale. Um, yeah, Halvadar Singh, of course, stands up and he follows you.
I think Slim would kind of like step out. He's clearly eaten too much or whatever, and he stands up and he's like, "Well, wait a minute, Spectre. You want another hired gun? Uh, you know, you trust this guy?" And he points at Havildar.
Halvadar Singh is now starting in my head to turn into an Indian version of the big guy from Superman 2. He just growls. That's all he does.
Or Jaws from Moonraker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Instead of metal teeth, he has like a white eye, that he glares out of.
That's right.
Listen, I'm good in a scrap. You know I'm good for it. And he burps.
Yes, of course, Slim. In a real scrap, I would definitely turn to you for help. But in this case, I am hoping to diffuse a tricky situation.
All right. And he's chewing an ice cube from his gin. And he says, "All right." And he sits down. Have fun.
Have fun.
Poor Anjali. She must be like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, I don't know that you gotta worry about your daughter running off with this American. I think he's not quite polished enough for her.
I have deliberately played that up to earn the ire of.
Yes, but Khan knows that when the chips are down, Slim can be counted on. Anjali does not know that side of him.
Yeah, that is true. All right, so Khan and Havildar Singh disappear from the house, and a moment later, you hear the car start up and pull out. Henry, as Walter and the Lotus wife are disappearing into the woods, and you're following at a distance, you see the car leave with Khan and Havildar Singh in the car with the police staff sergeant. Because that exchange didn't take but a minute or two. The which at that point, the two musicians that had arrived a few minutes before, they played a couple songs, and they Karan Oh my God. I'm terrible with accents, and now you've given me names I can't pronounce. She rewards the musicians with applause, and there's some choice of dessert or what have you, and they exit, and she announces, now that the sun is setting, we're going to serve dessert out on the terrace so that you all can see the gardens of the moon. And she starts to usher everybody out onto the veranda and to the terrace. Um, and in the distance, Walter, you see your destination, and it's this ancient, uh, somewhat rundown shrine in the middle of the woods.
Hmm.
So,
Picture? No. Oh, that one.
And just to be clear, Henry is he's now torn. He saw those guys scram. He saw Khan and the sergeant. He saw those guys scram pretty fast. Meanwhile, he's got Walter wandering off with some woman who's speaking, some of this mystic stuff that Henry's never understood, but he understands what the consequences can often be from what he's seen so far. I've seen shit that would turn you white.
that's right.
Um, so, um, so he's torn what necessarily he should do, but he's going to continue following
Okay.
Walter.
All right. Would you make would you make an insight observation roll, please, Henry?
Okay.
Oh, Henry.
Any focus?
Um, nothing. Nothing really
Okay.
applies.
All right.
I would say instincts if you have it, but I don't know if you do.
No, I
Okay,
have
that's fine.
sight.
Difficulty's one.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that didn't work. All right. Um, she leads Walter into the dark opening of the shrine.
Before we go in there, I got Luca next to me. I ask Luca if there's any danger.
Um,
She
sure.
comes in.
Luca can make an observation check. Inside observation.
Yep.
Um, doesn't seem to be anything amiss.
No, she's calm. Okay.
Yep.
All right. I follow Lotus Lady into
All right.
the temple.
And I think that's probably the right place to stop.
Awesome.
Excellent. I wonder which sideways this is going to go.
Man, that was a ton of fun.
Why is always the assumption that things are going to go wrong?
Those aliens.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, you guys, I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
This is
We're
all your
trained on
fault.
Alien. That's
Yep.
why.
I
We've had venomous acid puke belched up into our faces. We've been impaled, blown up, spaced. I'm trying to think of the other ways we've died.
Oh man! So guys, you guys are killing it here with this adventure. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
Marty's
is.
killing it because there are so many moving parts. It's amazing that he's keeping it together. I keep thinking, man, I should have fucking toned this down, and he keeps pulling it out. So it's kind
That's
of impressive.
awesome.
I'm trying.
Love it.
It's awesome.
I will say real quick. I know you got to go. It really is an awesome adventure. I am getting a bit of a hankering to play Alien. So when
Oh
we
boy.
finish this one, which will be either next week or the week after. I'm not sure. It depends on how long the end takes to play out. But after that, we will. I'd like to play that alien adventure I wrote, One Last Mission.
I'm really looking forward to that one
Um,
because
uh,
we haven't done military themed really.
no,
So
we
far.
really have not. We really have not. So that'll be. That'll be. I think that'll be fun. I think you guys will really enjoy that one. I'm good for next week. I'm good for the 24th. I am not good for the 31st. It's the last day of the month, and my employer still believes that the last day of the month means something in my business. So,
All right.
Okay.
but I am good for next weekend, the 24th. So,
Yeah, me too. And yeah, Lollapalooza's on the 31st, so I'll be going.
oh yeah.
So wait, so what was said about next Thursday?
Oh, the 17th, good to go.
Good to go, and the 24th we're good to go.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, but the day after that we might not be.
Yeah, the 31st, I definitely have to work that day.
Gotcha.
Hey, Marty,
Yeah.
can you email me that quote from dinner of the Lotus Wife quotes, just so I can put them in the
Oh yeah,
recap?
yeah. I can do
Cool.
that for you.
Awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Sure, no problem.
Great game, guys.
Awesome.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
Have fun.
See you next
Good
week.
See you next week.
Bye bye.